Yo, number one show at late night, nothing but illustrious guests. Mero, who's in the building with us today?
Yo, we got it's world-renowned comedian, thespian, artist, you know what I'm saying, creator of Dicks and Boxes, motherfucking Andy Samberg in the house. Yo, make some noise.
Andy in the house. You, Andy. How's it going, my guy?
It's going real good. How are you guys?
We're chilling, Just trying to locked in our houses in a pandemic, good thing.
You know we're lying because like our voices they pitch up a little bit when you bullshitting. Like, no, I'm good, we good, everything's good. Yeah, world's fine, everything's fine.
Could be better. Things could be better.
Just a little bit. Andy just dropped the movie Palm Springs. You know what I'm saying? Getting very, very good reviews, very critically acclaimed. I believe it was the most streamed movie in the history of Hulu or something like that, or the most viewed hours. That's high praise right there.
It's good. I think it's out of like 3 whole movies too. So that's really.
There you go.
You're in the top 3. You're not 3.
What did you have any desire to push it back like Christopher Nolan did Tenet? Were you just like, no, I want this in the movie theaters?
Yes, but then it was like, we can't wait till a year from now. It was like we talked about it, and then it's becoming clear to everybody in our business, we have no fucking clue when it's going to come back. So there was like a real discussion, and Hulu was bullish about it. They wanted to put it out now in the summer, and knowing people would be at home and streaming more. And given the subject matter of the movie, there's like a stuck in a loop nature to it and all that. Yeah. So I just put my trust in them, and it seems like it's working pretty good.
The stuck in a loop nature of it is kind of similar to like every day in the quarantine now. Just kind of you wake up, do the same thing over and over and over. And it's got some comparisons to Groundhog Day, but it's not Groundhog Day. Can you explain the difference? Like, because it's more, Groundhog Day was more like comical. Like, this is kind of, some parts are heavy, but it's still light. It walks a fine line, like a balance.
Yeah. I mean, Groundhog Day is the orig, the OG, as it were.
There you go.
Bill Murray.
Like, if there was a time loop movie before Groundhog Day, I don't know it. That was like the one that really set it off. So going into this one, we were aware of that, and the guy who wrote it, Andy Samberg, was really aware of it. So this one kind of is like, I like to describe it as, what if Groundhog Day picked up like 50 or 100 or 500 years after the end of Groundhog Day, and he didn't get out. Gotcha. He was like, I'm going to be a better person, and he does that, and then it's like, fuck you, you're still here. So that's kind of where my character in it is starting, and then it also changes on it because it's more of a two-hander. There's more than one person stuck in the loop with me, and that's Kristen Miliotti's character, Sarah. So it becomes almost like a sci-fi rom-com existential indie genre.
It's like, every Oscar category. You're like, yo.
Just at the breakfast buffet getting everything. Like, pineapple, bacon.
Yeah.
You got your hands on a lot of stuff because you do the music stuff with the Lonely Island. You've been doing sketch comedy, movies. Like, what have you been doing during quarantine? Because it's like, it seems like you want to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
What have you been focusing on?
Mostly just being a dad. But
important.
Yeah. I mean, when you're in the house, it's hard to not do that. I have a 3-year-old daughter. So that's been a lot of it. But also, like,
same.
As you guys know, there's the Zoom technology now. So it's been a lot of like developing ideas, working on script ideas with people that we like, and developing stuff like that, and then taking meetings. And it's weird doing like pitch meetings over Zoom, but it's happening a lot. Where you're like,
a lot of people are saying like, now's the time to do it though, because you can't really do anything else pertaining to, you can't shoot, you can't really do a lot of stuff. So it's pitching time.
A lot of animation pitches.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. Listen,
talk about it.
I mean, that's what everybody's pitching, because they're like, I could do this in the next month.
Yeah. I'll just send this to Korea and then come back with an anime in 2 months. It'll be all right.
How's that pitch process like though? Is it, because I know, we've been in pitch meetings. There's something different about being in that same meet space as a network exec, and you can feel their energy. Sometimes you start pitching, and within 10 seconds, you already know they do not like this idea, or they're just like, we're off this already. Can you still get that can you still read them like that through the Zoom? Is it harder?
Well, it's getting trickier because people are getting better at Zoom and realizing if like they're in a big meeting and someone laughs, it fucks up the flow of the whole thing, because it's like, So everyone mutes themselves during the pitch. So you're either like focused on doing the pitch part, or you're looking at like 15 faces going. You're just like, that might be legit. I don't know. You can like usually hear if a laugh is real, but you can't see it.
Oh, oh God. Oh, this is terrible.
Yeah.
Quick question. We know you are a scholar of hip hop, real hip hop. And recently you said you had to choose between Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders.
Mm-hmm.
Which album did you pick?
I couldn't do it.
All right.
That was my buddy Chester. He's from Long Island, and we talk about this stuff a lot.
Strong Island. We're using the right vernacular.
That's right.
Sorry.
Shout out to Big Time Tommy, keeping it.
My father's from Strong Island, but he doesn't call it Strong Island.
He calls it Long Island.
Yeah, he goes, "Well, we grew up in Roslyn."
Hey, Roslyn.
Shout out to Roslyn.
No, but what's your favorite hip hop album? If you had to, I know it's hard to pick, but if you had to pick, you're stuck on I don't know, a lonely island. What one album? What album is it?
That's impossible. I mean, if I wanted to pick one that I think like represents my personality the most, maybe like Bizarre Ride to the Far Side.
Ooh, nice.
In terms of like they were a bunch of friends that having fun and it's funny, but also they're super talented and the beats are great and all that. And it's California, obviously. I'm from Berkeley, so.
There you go.
Like, also, the Drop video was a classic. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Spike Jones. You know what I'm saying?
But you know, that's an impossible question.
Yeah.
Impossible. First Wu-Tang, first Nas. I don't know. There's so many incredible records.
I feel like Low End Theory and Midnight Marauders should have been a double album.
Yeah,
that would have been fire. So then you don't have to choose.
I mean, look, if gun to my head, I'd probably say Low End, but that was my knee jerk when he asked me, and I was like, yeah, Low End. It's got the more iconic shit on it. But then when I put on Midnight Marauders, I was like, oh my God, the second it starts, you're like, I've listened to this a million times and I didn't even remember.
See?
And every time a new song starts, you're like, shit.
Oh shit, I forgot about this. Like, and then you're saying the lyrics like too hard. You're like, oh man. Also, you worked with two friends of the show, people we rock with. Shout out to Thundercat, the homie, you know, grooving on the bass. And, you know, Mero's hung with them. I know like all their albums by heart. Shout out to Hive.
You know what I'm saying?
How did that connection come together? Is that just people you know, or just like, did you have to seek them out for the movie?
Yeah, I don't know Thundercat well. I met him one time at a party, but he was like, came right up to me and was like, yo, I love Lonely Island shit. And I was like, oh my God, Thundercat, hi.
Right.
yo, whoa, Thundercat.
But you know, it was just good to meet him. And he was like, I guess working on this record he just put out. So he was like, I'm about to put out an album. So that's why I was talking about that. It's great.
Is it wild when people approach you that like, you're like, yo, you're mad talented. And like, do you feel that like, oh yeah, yo, why you even talking to me? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think especially in music, there's something about the music world for me. Like there's this old saying, like comedians want to be musicians and musicians want to be comedians. So there's always this like crazy symbiosis there.
Yeah.
But I never get over it. Like music is my thing that I get the most excited about outside of my work. Like getting a new record that I'm super amped on is what I actually am like inspired by the most. So, you know, obviously I married one of my favorite musicians of all time, my wife, Joanna. So it's like,
yeah, let's speak on it. Yeah. Yo, Newsom Hive over here. You know what I'm saying? You know, so, listen, I'm saying with my chest, Sawdust and Diamonds was a banger, all right? You know about that Y
album? Well, I'll tell her. She'll be psyched.
Thank you.
But yes, so like, I think I never really get over that. And part of working at SNL that was so exciting was like incredible music acts come in every week. So like for us, when we started doing the shorts, we'd be like, okay, so we got this idea, who should we get on it? And it would be like, well, Rihanna's here. And you're like, holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's do a song with Rihanna. And you just get to like touch that world in such a real way. It's pretty incredible.
Is there somebody that came on that you were like super excited about? Like, oh shit, they like we're gonna do a joint with them?
Well, Paul McCartney was in one. That was insane. But we didn't do a song with him. He just played his little mini harmonica. But that was probably the craziest one of all time, just because he's like the Beatles. It's like craziest thing ever. You know, we got to. I mean, Rihanna was a big one.
Yeah.
Timberlake obviously was crazy how that went down. Kendrick was a huge one. That was nuts. That was after we were off the show, and we knew what he was like about to become because his second record had just come out, and we were like listening to it in the studio actually like over and over and over and being like, how the fuck do they do that crossfade? What is that? Where his voice goes out and the next one comes in and then they were like, hey, it was Adam Levine was hosting. He called us and was like, hey, do you guys have a song and come back to do a video with me when I host? And we were like, yeah. Who's musical guest? And they were like, Kendrick. And we were like, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so I think we got in like right before Kendrick would never have thought about doing that again. And we did one with Levine and Kendrick, and that was really cool.
So as a father of a 3-year-old, what's it like just quarantining now? Because do you like have to put them to sleep to try to get some work done? Or are they just always constantly underfoot?
Do you have to deadbolt your door to record like I do?
I'm in the basement right now, I'll say that.
Yes. Same.
Look, just grateful to have a basement for real.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I mean, we're pretty good about it. We really like set schedules with each other and make sure that, one of us is always on duty and making sure that we're like giving each other space to do work and that kind of stuff. But, it's, for me, like my last year or two was really, really smashed with work. So in a lot of ways, obviously there's nothing good about what's going on with the pandemic. But for me personally, it's been kind of beautiful to get this much time spent with the family and just be at home and like feel centered. And like for anyone who has kids, the time you spend with them is never wasted. Like they get used to you more and you get in a rhythm and you have inside jokes and stuff together the way you would with any relationship. So
little handshakes and shit.
Exactly. They'll be like, look, the elephant is spraying water in the face, just like from that other book where the water gets sprayed. And you're like, oh my God, like your brain is exploding.
Yo, my kid is doing callbacks. Whoa.
Yo, truly.
Yo, you got chops.
Yo. Your kid is like, I love you, Daddy. And you're like, and then? You're like, oh, shit. That's it. We got something
what
here.
Else? Yes, and.
Oh.
Is your daughter 3 or is she a 3-nager? Because my daughter's a 3-nager. She's told me on several occasions to mind my business.
Yeah.
To please close her door.
Yeah.
Etc. You know what I mean?
We've got some 3-nager vibes in here. We trade off who gets up first in the morning. And the last few times I've gone in, I come in with her bottle and I'm like, good morning. And she just goes, no.
Wow.
Like, no. She's like, no. Like, all right, I'll just sit here in the dark.
I'm bringing you food.
Wow.
You have a butler. Why are you saying no?
Like, I'm not gonna push it. We'll just wait this out.
Yeah, you're gonna want this bottle. Like, trust me, friend. This whole food thing, you're gonna need it. Yo, Andy, thank you for taking some time to talk to us. We know you're a busy man, so we're gonna let you go about your day. But because you're an illustrious guest and you like real hip hop, what would you like your neon sign to say?
5 mics.
Yeah, 5 mics.
Matter of fact, we're gonna do 5 microphones in actual graphics, real hip hop, in respect of Illmatic. Hey, for the guy Andy Samberg. Be sure to check out Palm Spring.